G'day everyone and welcome to my coverage of the Easter Model Train Exhibition, which was presented by the Yarra Valley Model Railway Club in Melbourne. This exhibition was held over the Easter long weekend on the Saturday and Sunday at the Community Bank Stadium in Diamond Creek. In this video we'll go through some of the layouts that were on show as well as taking a quick look at some of the trade stands. So let's get into it. Exhibition reports and other videos on this channel are made possible by the Patreons on Patreon. So we're going to start with freelance micro layout Colourbond Way, a HO scale, micro layout that focuses on operations and of course some very nice scenery. Michael's layout shows once again that you don't need a lot of space to have a really well detailed and operational railway.
I was running sort of post-2000 stuff yesterday.
English O-scale layout, Daraby. This O-scale layout is based on British practice. It's a point-to-point shunting layout, in a setting of stone retaining walls with a hint of English countryside. Daraby has recently seen a small extension on one and to now include an industry. It's always a treat to see English O-scale layouts here in Australia. Some really beautiful modelling.
His videos took off when just like the draft notes on like what I thought of it and stuff, and then like, oh, it's not this. Guy there. Yeah, okay, right.
Mechanic is old.
Yeah,
5.5 million subscribers.
that'd be alright.
Yeah, and other people are watching. They're building an off-grid house for themselves.
Yeah,
They've been on for about 4 or 5 years. They've got nearly 1.5 million.
that's it. Eventually, at some point, I think it must just start.
A layout that's been featured a few times on this channel is Gisbourne by the Sunbury Model Railway Club. However, this time it was being operated by Sunbury's 80s era modelers and was running to a timetable, in fact a real timetable from the late 80s. This layout does feature scratch-built points, fine-scale track and a number of scratch-built buildings and is always one of my favourites to see on the exhibition circuit, and this time was especially nice because it does incorporate the era that I model.
It's all right. Like for 70. Yeah. Well, see, what I was thinking, I was like, all right, harder. I like wanted, Yeah, I've got photos of it. Which we used to take on the old disposable camera, but that's all right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean. Yeah. Yeah.
A layout that always seems to be a crowd favourite, and a layout that's never the same twice. The Lego display from the Melbourne L-Gauge Train Club. This is from a team of dedicated Lego and train fans who are committed to designing, building and presenting some of the largest and most amazing Lego train layouts in the Southern Hemisphere. Each of the members spends countless hours contributing to the layout, including, but not limited to, buildings, bridges, landmarks, dioramas, and of course brick-built trains and rolling stock. Was kind of neat to see that this time they have started work on their, interpretation of the Newport Railway workshops. HO scale layout, Healsville. This layout is designed around the Yarra Ranges towns of Yarra Glen and Healsville from 1950 to 1980. The layout is point-to-point operation depicting the branch line from the Lilydale side of Yarra Glen to Healsville. Healsville is continuously being developed with scenery and new buildings. It can be operated by 2 or 3 people and has multiple train movements happening at any one time. Victorian HO scale layout Moe and Warragul from the Latrobe Valley Model Railway Association. Moe is depicting the time period around 1940 to 1970 when the narrow gauge line to Walhalla still existed.
Oh.
The Moe part of the layout includes a goods yard and a broad to narrow gauge interchange, how it used to be. They have now also added Warragul, and the Warragul station is as it is, I guess, as it is in 2023. Something really nice to see, some modern image modelling.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they always do. I mean, yeah, I was saying to someone before, this club's only like 17, and the exhibition's usually like 3. Yeah, no, I remember that from the exhibition. Yeah, very good. Yeah, it's very good.
HO scale layout Norrison Station, which is a depiction of a fictitious station in a fictitious town, somewhere in the heart of Victoria. The time is set somewhere around 1950 to 1960, and the station has seen better days. It was once a junction station with a branch to another nearby town, but is now closed. However, there are still trains running.
Yeah.
Put it onto your system.
Yeah.
And use the program as well as
Yeah.
notice you and the Wi-Fi share.
Ah.
And go over with me last week. And we were the same way. You're going everywhere.
Oh, mate. At the moment, yeah.
So I went back. I didn't go back to back. I said I learned next time. After I did.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Yeah, I'll have a look.
Australian Japanese Model Railway Group had their very popular N-gauge layout there.
Ongoing
This
problem
group
there,
of
though.
model train enthusiasts in Melbourne, collecting and modelling the railways of Japan. Their modelling work is mostly Japanese N Scale. Their group uses modular standards based on Kato
been
track.
around
They
I
meet
have
regularly
done
once a
model
month in
layout.
Melbourne and also exhibit at many model railway exhibitions around Victoria.
Railway, but it still uses steam engines, all electrics.
Well,
1890 Fishmarket. This diorama represents a section of the rail loading and unloading hall. This market was serviced by a rail siding from the Spencer Street yard, which crossed Flinders Street under the viaduct and entered the building on the corner of Flinders and Spencer Street. This O-scale diorama is built mainly of foam core, styrene and balsa, with LED strip lighting and a mixture of white and yellow has been used. And all the rolling stock, which was also on display, is a mixture of scratch-built and kit-built models. Herbert River set in the beautiful northern reaches of Queensland. This layout is inspired by the actual cane tramway crossing of the Herbert River, which is located about halfway between Townsville and Cairns. It depicts some of the fabulous characteristics of Queensland's narrow gauge cane railways that have hauled cane from the field to factory for over 100 years. The layout is HO scale narrow gauge and was constructed on 3 modules.
No, it's good.
And next to that there was some small dioramas of an O-scale Queensland Garrett, some cane trains,
And I went to his. Right.
and Cake Mountain, which is a micro layout inspired by the rocks sitting on the water in Sydney Harbour. And the Victorian N-Scale T-Track Collective, which is a series of freelance N-Scale dioramas in T-Track modules. The scenery does not represent any
train.
particular location,
I'm not-
and the trains running are mostly models of Victorian and other Australian trains of different era. Most of the modules displayed form part of several people's home layouts. By following the T-Track guidelines for construction, these modules can be combined to make a bigger layout.
Basically, because they're stuck not waiting, because they've got their exhibition. Oh, absolutely.
As well as that, there were several other layouts in attendance. However, unfortunately, I just didn't get enough time to shoot them.
Yep.
Now let's take a look at some of the retailers that were also at the exhibition. So starting with Roundhouse Models, who had their boxes and 3D printed goods, SDS Models, IDR Models, the Model Emporium Hobby Store. As well as that, you had Megan the Train Girl, who had her signs there, as well as a few dioramas that she had built, including the brand new Nuji diorama. There was Custom Mugs, O-Gauge Kit Manufacturer, Veteran Models. You had Barry's Boxes and Matt's Ballast. Train World, Blue and Gold, Sandmado Signals, as well as Scale Workshops, Bill's Boards, Gopher Models and Ixon Models, Lyndon's Trains, Paul's 3D Models. You also had Mars Models, who had brought their tram layout, which includes their new 3D printed Princess Bridge module. Euro Hobbies, and more. So overall, it's always a good exhibition that is held over the Easter long weekend every year. And if you do want to find out more about the exhibition or other exhibitions that are coming up, don't forget to be subscribed because I do cover it in my monthly model railway news. As well as that, I will leave all the appropriate links in the description below to the Yarra Valley Model Railway Club, so you can find out more about their club. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hooroo!
It's alright. Like, 70. Yeah, yeah.